Throughout history, no figure has sparked more debates and studies than Jesus of Nazareth. From his name to his teachings, every aspect of this archetype has been analyzed through various lenses, theosophical or forensic, depending on our beliefs or origins. Different perspectives shape our understanding of the Christ figure, who goes beyond being the centerpiece of Western society and becomes the entire backdrop. The significance attributed to this figure cannot be overlooked. Today I will share the hidden teachings of Jesus, acknowledging that the scriptures we have inherited have been distorted beyond recognition. To begin, we must understand what the Christ represents. The Christ is a state of consciousness, often referred to in spiritual circles as oneness or unity consciousness. These terms describe the same state of being, one that can only truly be grasped through direct experience. While it can be explained and described, its essence may be lost in translation, perpetuating misunderstandings. Jesus served as a representative of Christ consciousness, with his core message aiming to guide people towards wholeness. This involved merging their masculine and feminine aspects, ultimately achieving spiritual sovereignty. The state of the world reflects a conflict between masculine and feminine energies, resulting in disharmony and dissonance. These opposing forces, when imbalanced, lead to one energy overpowering the other, causing discord within ourselves. As individuals, we are composed of different aspects that can oppose each other, creating inner strife. This manifests externally as the dominance of logic over intuition or the mental body, overshadowing the emotional body. Additionally, it contributes to the victim-perpetrator dynamic, where roles can interchange due to ongoing inflictions. Healing the trauma caused by the division between masculine and feminine energies is vital for transcending separation consciousness. This collective trauma has birthed the ego as we know it today, a topic I can further explore if you're interested. Integrating the masculine and feminine energies within ourselves is crucial because it gives rise to true consciousness. Until this integration occurs, our ability to exercise free will is limited. When the masculine and feminine are balanced, we activate conscious thought, feeling, and action, enabling us to make choices from a place of wholeness. Becoming a sovereign being is the central lesson in this dimension. It involves harmonizing our masculine and feminine qualities, allowing us to reason, discern, and filter information independently. It grants us the capacity to defend ourselves from aggression while embracing the intuitive abilities of the heart, such as creativity, compassion, receptivity, nurture, intimacy, and intuition. When we achieve balance between these energies, we activate a conscious thought, feeling, and action, granting us true free will. Prior to this, we make choices from a default state, known as karma. Operating from karma is reactive and automated, devoid of true choice or access to our full potential. Imagine karma as a vending machine. Certain buttons elicit specific reactions or outcomes. Once we transcend karma, we gain the ability to utilize our free will consciously, unlocking the full potential of our being. In this equation, there is no freedom of choice. When you push a button, you receive a predetermined outcome. However, as we develop consciousness, we gain access to a higher level of existence known as dharma, which allows us to transcend karma. The concept of free will is closely tied to dharma. Therefore, Jesus' teachings primarily aimed at guiding individuals to achieve an undivided consciousness, which was transmitted from the state of oneness. Jesus strived to teach people the art of ascending from a basic level of consciousness to unity consciousness. He would be deeply disappointed to witness how we have regressed into a childlike mindset, viewing him solely as a savior. He also discussed the notion of false light and sought to demystify it. Throughout history, seers and intuitives have described this concept in various ways. The false light thrives on the duality of existence, and one of its main strategies to sustain itself is by keeping individuals in a state of spiritual amnesia so that we constantly worship it. Any being that we dedicate our energy or worship to or interact with in a childlike manner originates from the false light. In contrast, a being that respects our free will and acknowledges our divinity would never engage with us in such a way. Instead, there would be an inherent sense of gratitude. Gratitude and worship are distinctly different energies. The term false light reflects the fact that it originates from a fragmented or unhealed source of illumination. When it manifests, this light overcompensates and appears blindingly bright, creating an exaggerated effect. This is akin to a deceptive disguise, where it presents itself as excessively innocent and benevolent, even though it is not. It attempts to imitate the qualities of genuine light. Not all beings from the false light are aware that they exist in a state of duality. Some genuinely believe they are experiencing the peak of existence. However, the primary dynamic in this realm revolves around worship, which sustains a chain of command. By placing our power outside of ourselves and perceiving other beings, regardless of their nature, as superior, we relinquish our spiritual sovereignty. This is not the perspective we should adopt when contemplating these concepts, but it is the mindset we have been conditioned to embrace. Higher dimensional beings can assist us, and indeed they are us, but when this assistance becomes a means for others to drain our energy from an external source, it originates from the false light. The irony lies in the fact that representatives of higher consciousness aim to teach us about unity, only to have their teachings distorted into the exact opposite of their intentions. Another significant theme within the false light, which you may find familiar, is the concept that merging with God is synonymous with falling into the devil's trap. This game has become quite popular in spiritual circles. It has become a true dilemma. When you elevate your state of being to union with God consciousness, others filled with fear may warn you that you have fallen into the devil's snare, or you may succumb to your ingrained fear that you have been led astray. Fear surrounding oneness or God consciousness being a trap is a predominant aspect of the false light. This perception of a trap arises when one believes that God is external or above them, and they are inferior because they have chosen to take part in the human experience, adhering to the rules set forth by this realm. Nuance has not yet been fully comprehended when it comes to understanding this state, and it has been distorted to correspond with the devil. In truth,